Alright, looks like we got it going here, so it's, well, we'll call it 0500. It's actually a few minutes before, but that's close enough. Alright, so let's go ahead and get it started here. Alright, we're 55, almost 56% towards fish. Conclusive. We've already concluded the O2 stage. We're finished with that. We have unlimited oxygen, unless of course we're deep in the water. We've got plenty, mostly because that we've put down some of those fuses that boost. See, we're talking about this here, optimizers. We've got the O2, or the tech level 2 machine optimizers, so we can have 3 fuses. Of course, we have to find or buy those fuses as we're out and about, or using our trade rocket system. We finally got this tree stand open. We've got another butterfly coming up, and then the T2 gas extractor will be very nice, since we can dedicate which gas each one of those brings up. And there's basically 3 of them: oxygen, nitrogen, and how come I drew a blank? Starts with an M. Methane. There we go. And we've got some T5 heaters coming up soon. Insect spreader rocket, that'll help with increasing our insect numbers. T5 drill. Different kinds of fish eggs. Then the T2 aquarium. That was a big round ball. Should I say glass ball, or plexiglass ball, something like that. Maybe transparent something, transparent metal. But that way we can display more fish types. So we've got quite a few things coming up. But right now it looks like the newest thing is the ecosystem. Now that'll help us with larvae. So that's what we want to do. We want to install a few of those. And as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of decorating. Now you wouldn't be able to do this kind of decorating because you don't have those fish eggs unlocked yet. And you got the same problem with some of these butterflies I've shown here. You don't have those unlocked. And you probably don't have the spacesuit displayer unlocked, and that, of course, that's a space suit you normally start with. Now the other thing, of course, we bought these, we sent up a trade rockets, we got enough Terra tokens together, and we were able to purchase the T2 locker. Oh mercy, all of the spaceships are gone right now. I should say trade rockets. 90 seconds and that one will be back. We added another one, and this one has, ooh, it hasn't been gone very long yet. And we got this one coming back. Oh, it's gonna be more in a few minutes. Same thing there. So we're gonna be unable to do anything with the rockets for a while. We do have, oh, that's in my inventory, so I probably should try to deploy that. So we got a full 25 drones right now. 11 of them are working on supply, and another 15 are doing the demand, so they're filling storage. So whenever you see demand, that you know that they're working on storage. They're probably filling the storage. That's usually the only thing you do on demand. Where supply is taking from one location, probably in this case, a auto crafter, and taking it to somewhere where there's a demand. And here you can see what the demand inventories are. So they're bringing out, they've got 2 drones bringing out algae, putting it into storage. And we've got 2 on osmium. We got 4 on iridium, and we've only got 1 doing uranium. Ooh, that's not a good number. That number needs to stay higher than that. And we got some providing, probably from a autocrafter. They're taking it out of there and they're putting it into storage. Yeah, they're probably bringing it from the silk worm towers that we've got upstairs, and they're putting it into storage. Ooh, look at all those guys doing iron. There's a lot of it. Now, a lot of this might actually be going to a shredder, because the shredder puts up on demand. Aluminum. Got some space food being filled. So they're taking this out of storage somewhere, and they're taking it to another storage. So this one would be on supply, and they're taking it to this one most likely. But there's a couple of possibilities there. They could be taking the high quality food from an autocrafter, because we cannot autocraft this. These come from the farms. That would come from an autocrafter. That come from a farm. And supply, wow, 31 doing oxygen capsule. Huh. 39 doing water bottle. Well, we do have a lot of production. I didn't think my production of oxygen capsules was that high. Interesting. I do have a lot of production sources providing water. Well, that doesn't make sense. I'm not producing ice. I wonder if these are inventory totals. Yeah, I'm starting to think that's inventory totals. Because I don't have that many drones. I've only got 25, as you can see over here. Yeah, that would have to be, oh wait a minute, 31. There's no way in the world. I don't have any of these yet. T2 rocket engines. I haven't found any, and I can't make any. So why would it have 31? I noticed the number 31, 32 and stuff is pretty common. Well, it's a mystery. These numbers don't make a lot of sense. Yeah, see, 31 and 32 show up a lot. I just saw some stuff. I don't have any of these, and I cannot make any of those. So, and yeah, we're not doing this yet either. So I don't know. That does not make any sense to me, because supply would suggest that it's being made and it's being transferred from an autocrafter, most likely, or some other production like ore extractors, and it's going into something up here which has a demand, which would be a storage device of some kind that's set on demand. Well, anyway, we got a mystery that doesn't make sense. Alrighty, we do have somebody back. No, wrong one. It's this one up here. Alright, so, oh, we got 5,000 again. Alright, what else would I want to buy? If I do this fast enough, then I'll actually get it. Yeah, I do need to buy that, so let's add that to the demand. That way we get our kitchen going. No, I don't think I'll mess with those. Pressure, ooh, can we afford one? Yep, let's definitely afford it. Alright, we've got 2,956, so we still got money to spend. Heat multiplier, ooh, yeah. Oh, we gotta stop. 54, 56 is our total, so we gotta stop. And then we can decide if we want to pre-launch the rocket or not. I think I might want to wait. But that rocket next to the last one, or if you count from that way, number 3, is the one that's going to be bringing back stuff. Now what we could do to get that thing to launch a little quicker, let's come over here and see if we got anything we can fill it with. Oh yeah, we got lots of stuff. We got enough stuff to launch 2 or 3 rockets. Alright, so let's fill it. There we go. And we don't have any more rockets, okay. In that case, let's go ahead and put this back. The leftovers. Wow, they've already got busy. Of course, this is right there, so there's not much of a transfer delay. Alright, we spent just about everything, so the thing I haven't done, which I could do off camera, is I haven't fixed up all these to identify them as a supply point. Yeah, I'm going to do that off camera. We gotta set all those up as supply. Okay, so what do we got in our inventory right now? We have a production multiplier. And if I remember right, I have... Yeah, there it is, right there. And it doesn't have very much, so I still need another one. And that'll give us another boost. It will only do 8 machines though. So if you look in your... and you get down to the... or in this case, get up to the machines, these are the things that will increase production. So if you decide that your ore extractors aren't working fast enough, you might want to put an optimizer near them. But you'll have to have some fuses. Now, I don't know how this would optimize. Of course, this is obvious, auto crafting. But I'm not so sure why you would want to put an optimizer near one of these. Putting one near here, like we did, and having it loaded up with fuses would make sense. Give you a significant boost in production. It might mean that the rockets will go a little faster and their effects will take effect a little quicker. Yeah, that'd probably be the same thing there, but we're not really producing anything, we're just gathering. Now that makes sense, but the trade rockets don't actually make anything, they just gather and sell, like a storage device with a rocket engine attached. Extraction platform. No, I don't think that would have much effect. Alright, what are we doing? We're getting bombarded again? Yeah, basic resources. The same sort of stuff that is produced in your first level ore extractors. That's just the way the game replenishes all the basic ores and stuff that you might need to collect and use in order to, you know, make something, craft something. Now, we did launch a protection rocket, the very first one that you could launch. Maybe I should get over there. I've never been hit up here. But see this one here? Magnetic field protection rocket. I don't know what it actually does, but I'm assuming it says it attracts iridium meteorites, gives a global generation bonus by protecting the magnetic field. But it also gives a pressure multiplier of is that 1,000 or is that 12? No, I think it's an even 1,000. So if we want to get our pressure up, it would be a good idea to launch another one. So while we're doing it, let's do that. Because our pressure numbers are kind of stalling out, you might say. Now it's going to take a little while for that rocket to get up in the orbital path and actually start having an effect on our pressure numbers. So if we look here, let's see, where is it show the pressure rocket? Oh, it'd be this one right here, magnetic field. So it's already counted. So we now have a pressure multiplier up to 2,000. Let's see, if we launched another plant rocket, it would add probably double that, make it 24, 25. Yeah. And if we've already launched, looks like a couple of these, so we've got a 2,000 on the heat multiplier. And seeds, we've only launched the one, and that gave us 1,000 right there. Then if we look down here, we see that we've got quite a few rockets we still need to launch if they're unlocked. Alright, let's get over here and look at the oxygen. Is pretty well peaking out. It's not really gaining much. Heat, that's pretty well peaked out. Pressure, yeah, I'm not really seeing it change much. Biomass, yeah, same thing. There's not much change here. We're far along in the process to where everything is starting to peak out. So we would have to add more machines that produce oxygen, heat, pressure, and more spreaders, you know, like for trees and flowers and grass and whatnot, in order to help this grow. And of course, if we do that, then we'll finish this stage a little bit faster, which is our fish. And that's when a lot of this stuff will unlock for fish, which would be over here mostly. So you got your insects and you got your animals. See, we don't have anything at all here yet because we haven't put any fish in the water, and we need fish farms to do that. And they're probably up in here somewhere, back here on this one. T3, well, I might even start taking down some of the T1s and maybe even some of the T2s once I start getting these up. Otherwise, we're going to keep our shredders pretty busy. Now, when do we get the fish farms? Because that's going to make a huge difference. Well, that's frogs. I guess frogs come first. Yeah, they're doing the frogs first. Oh, by the time we get to animal shelters, we'll put out the shelters, but we won't be able to do much with the animals. We got animal feeders that come next. Then we got the animal food. So the feeders, you have to put the vegetables in there as a food until you get this one open. Oh, wait a minute, where's the T1? Animal food. Extraction platform. That's when we could start thinking about going to other moons and planets to terraform. Solar system screen. Interplanet travel rocket. Yep, there we go. And that would be the end for that one. Oh, we've already got the screen up, don't we? Yeah. No, actually, there's one more screen that we haven't put up yet. So we would need to put another desk going this way, maybe, so that we can get one more screen up. Or we have to put it sideways on this end or this end. Well, I wouldn't want to put it on that end because it'll block the information there a little bit. I'll put it right here on this end. Of course, we could put it somewhere else too, like on the floor, on a table, just about anything. Okay, so what am I forgetting to do? Do we have something new to play with? Oh, yeah. Ecosystems. Darn, I get sidetracked. Scatterbrained. Alright, so this is going to be a way for us to generate and collect all of the larvae. Now, it doesn't seem to matter where we put this. So I'll tell you what, let's put it over here somewhere. It's going to be kind of out of the way, but also convenient. Alright, let's find it now. There it is, right there. So we would first have to collect T2 fertilizer for each one that we want to construct. We would have to collect some common larvae, T2, mutagen, bacteria samples, algae, and water. Well, all of that stuff is available to me. But since I'm doing creative mode, I don't have to actually gather it. So let's put one. Why won't it let me put it there? Well, I guess that's it. We can rotate it. Yeah, we can't get too close. Now that we've got this here, you don't put anything out, but you do take stuff out. And it's going to produce more than one kind of larva. So you probably push this one here. And you might even want to increase it one. Remember, it's supply. It's just like anything else that crafts something. This is a crafting station. Now there's another way of doing this. If you want to go through hold down your control key, look for your larva, and just start clicking like crazy. Because these are all the things that it could produce. And it'll do it automatically. And you have no control over which one it's going to produce. And see what you end up with. There's all your common larvae, your bee larvae, your butterfly larvae, your uncommon larvae, your silkworms, and your rare larvae, and more types of butterfly larvae. Now, you may never see some of those larvae because they're very high percentage. You may never see them come out of here. Now, the other thing is that it'll fill up these 4 squares, but where are they gonna? We've told the drones to come over and grab these as soon as possible, as soon as they're ready, but you don't have anywhere for them to go. So they'd be stuck in there. You'd have to decide where you want them to be stored. So what would make sense, outside or inside? Well, in most cases, it's going to be inside. Because that's where you've got your, for example, you got your butterfly dome. There we go. Now, we've already got 2 out of 2, so we can't put any more in here. But we do have a place where they can put butterfly larvae. So we would say we'll put a demand. And then it's the same thing again. You hold down your control key and you say anything and everything that rascal produces, the ecosystem we just put out, bring it up here and put it in this storage device. And we did raise the priority 1. So this will get done a little bit quicker than the other stuff that's on normal. Now we have to do the same thing with this one here. We have to go here to demand and say anything and everything. And then of course we would have to sort stuff later. Now if we want to put up more storage devices, we can dedicate a storage device to a particular butterfly or common, uncommon, rare larva. You don't have to do, generic like this where you're trying to get everything, anything and everything. Now, do we want to raise the priority of this job? Well, my superstition is that you would want to make it the same as the supply. And since I raised it 1, I would want to raise this one 1. And see, they're already starting to deliver. I'm kind of surprised they're not putting it in here. I set this one up identical. Well, we got ourselves a common larvae. We've only got the one that's, crafting those things. So we might want to put out a second one. And then later on we might decide, well, we're getting a certain kinds of larvae all the time and don't really want to put more butterfly farms out with that particular larvae because it doesn't have a high percentage. But that's a judgment call that you make. So I'm going to try to put out another one of these ecosystems. And I'm going to want to turn it around. That looks like a low side. Okay, I think I got the low side of each of these matched up pretty good. But I gotta back it up a little bit, looks like. Yeah, that's about as close as I get it. Somewhere right in here. There we go. So you got a low side and you got a high side. Now we'll do the same thing here. But this time we'll say anything and everything. Now we'll go ahead and make it high also. So we have a match. See the difference? When I did this, when I went ahead and clicked everything. Whereas this one over here, I just said supply everything and take it to where we have a demand, a storage device somewhere. So I've got the low sides kind of matched up. This bar can kind of give you an idea. See, the bars are pretty much parallel. But you try to match up the way the land lays. And it looks like to me, I'm on the downhill side. It's kind of slight. There's not that much difference. But that's just me. You don't have to do it that way. You could have it pointing the other direction. This is the only one farm that we can produce right now. And it only takes one larva. Now when we get the T2 open, I think those will do 2 larvae. So we can increase our insect numbers quite a bit. And hurry up our terraforming process a little bit better. Now we could put more of these in, but I'm thinking overkill. Yeah, that's probably overkill. Alright, let's go look at our screens and see what the story is. Now keep in mind, a lot of the stuff you see here you cannot do yet because it has not unlocked. Okay, whoa, we're almost 60% now. So let's see, insects. Well, it's creeping along. It's not really spinning like I would like it to see it do. But that means I'd have to put out a whole lot more butterfly farms. Alright, did we unlock anything yet? Now once this unlocks, we can get more serious about frog eggs and stuff. Because we need the things that this collects. It collects fish eggs plus the photoplasma A, B, and C. So we have to have separate storage for each of those. Okay, over here. Oh, B2, T2 beehive. That come in kind of nice. Because they'll actually provide honey and bees. See, we've already done that. We're still waiting for this one. It's got a little ways to go. Yeah, we're seeing this starting to tick off a little bit better, a little bit faster, as it makes another larvae. Okay, so let's say we want to speed things up. Let's go over here and keep all of our stuff together and take a chance that we're going to bring down our power grid by burning up too many kilowatts. Now I can't go to this one yet, it's not unlocked. So I can put another one of these in. If I've got 3 super alloy, 3 osmium, well actually 6 super alloy. Alright, so rotate it around, see if we'll get it any tighter. No, that's about it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we can put the legs of these 2 machines together. There we go. Then we would want to do another one of these and hopefully not bust our power grid, which is this one right here, right? No, it's the other one. That one. And no, that looks a little bit tighter. Now we do have an optimizer in here, but it's only got the 1 fuse. If our rocket ship is back, did we buy a heat multiplier? I think we did. And yeah, I need another energy multiplier. Let's see, is our rocket back? No, it's this rocket here we're waiting to come back, isn't it? I don't know, maybe not. Let's check this other one. Oh, looky there, it came back. So I did miscalculate. Okay, let's put it back on automatic. Alright, so let's see what the blueprint is for. Wasn't that for like a cooking station? Yep, cooking station. Now, I might be off a little bit. I might have done that a little bit too soon. But I can't really tell when I'm playing creative if I'm messing up. Alright, let's take our fuses and put them to work. Did we ever put an optimizer in here? You know, I don't think we did. We've got a nice spot right here. Let's put in an optimizer. And let's put in the one that needs 3. That'll take 3 fuses. Alright, now this is all about pressure. And that would be that one right there. And as you can see, it'll do up to, is that 8 machines or 6? Well, if I could get a better view. What if I click on it? No, it's not going to tell me. Well, anyway, we've got a heat multiplier. So let's see, we've got that over here. Yeah, there it is. Let's put that in there. That'll increase for, I think it's 8 machines, isn't it? Yeah, 8 machines will get boosted. And they'll produce better. Now we still need, we still need another one of these energy multiplier fuses. But right now we don't have any rockets that we can do a request. Of course, that's assuming I've got enough Terra tokens. Now we do also need another one of these production multiplier fuses. And that'll finish out this one. And we might want to, that does have a pretty big circle. So we might actually want to change its position. Let's see. See how far it extends. So this one is probably not in the best location. It could be to have the most effect. So we'll take the fuses out. And then we'll bring it over. Where would the center be? The effect, probably right in here. And we're gonna probably put a gang of these right in here. See, I can put one there on that corner. And then I could put one right there, one right there, right there. We might actually be able to get 5 of them in here. Just might be able to. But it does have a limit. I think it's they're all the same, 8 machines. So yeah, we would have to put a gang of these in here and fill them up with fuses so that we can get everything in that rather large circle, because we've got all of our production and crafting consolidated. And there's a lot of crafting and storage we haven't even installed yet. See there, we got this one here's got 4. So we could put something here that takes 4 things to make. It only takes 3, and we've already got that started on the other side. Alright, what else would be complicated? Oh, here we go. That takes 6. But we haven't unlocked that yet. So what you're seeing here is misleading. I'm pretty sure we have not got that unlocked yet. Since we're simulating making and playing a standard game. Alright, when does circuit boards, there it is right there. Circuit boards have quite a ways to go before they unlock. And the next thing would be the T4, the water life collector, the T3 ore extractor, the T5 heaters, some more butterflies, the T2 beehive. So we got a lot to unlock yet. Okay, in the meantime, how's our oxygen, heat, pressure, biomass? It looks like to me we need a lot more of those fuses. Well, that did jump us up to almost 61 plus. And we're going to have to put out more plants, more insects to get any of these going. So let's go see. What can we do about more trees, for example? Whoops, wrong place. Alright, do we have any tree seeds in here? Yeah, we do, right there. It's only 125% though, it's not going to be all that much. So you'd want to come over here to this machine and look at the percentages of the ones that you've got unlocked. Now all of mine are unlocked, but yours won't be that way. You may only have 3 or 4 of these that you do. The first 3 or 4. Now that one's 125%, 125%, 150. So that's what I'd want to make. And you need tree bark, mutagen, and that particular type of flower seed. We'll pretend we did that. And we've got our flower seeds here. And we actually have quite a few of those. That's why you want to collect these. You don't want to discard them. And you're going to end up with 2 lockers full without even trying. And I also put the vine seeds different. So you got the lerma seed and you got the pastora seed. And see, the pastora seed is 200%. Now that's pretty impressive. But they will not go into tree spreaders. See, the symbol's different. If you look at the bottom left hand side, it actually looks like a little tree. So these have to go in a different kind of device. And they don't spread these around like they do trees. Alright, so let's get back over here. And let's see. That's not the one we just did. So it was this one we just did, right? No, it was that one. So let's do one of these. And since I'm playing this creative mode, I don't actually have to worry about doing the full process of waiting for the tree mutation process to go. Now, I've already said this before, you don't want to put your trees too close because you don't want to interfere with what you got going on. Just like settlements would always clear out the trees first before they start construction. They need to, of course, the wood for construction, but they also need to clear the land. So since we have the third one unlocked, let's go ahead and put that one in. Super alloy, bacteria, tree bark, 2 T2 fertilizers, and a zeolite. That's what it would take. And we'll kind of put it in here kind of tight. We'll put that one in there. Alright, then we'll go over this way. I better not get any closer than that. And you want a space that's fairly open. This space doesn't have much in it. We'll put it right next to the rock here. And I'll put that one in there, I think, this time. And then we'll go across here. This is not the best place to put it because that water, the trees will not grow in the water. So it's going to kind of dense things up a bit, like a jungle. But we'll go ahead and put this last one in there. And that will help. Now we haven't brought down our power grid, so we have not overloaded. But those all, the higher you go with the upgraded machines and devices, the more power you draw. So you want to try to always stay one step ahead. So how much power do we still have remaining? Alright, we have... Oh, we still got 4,000. Jeez, we got plenty of power. And we're not seeing much change in anything yet. Oxygen, well, that's mostly trees and flowers that we're spreading about. Heat. Looks like to me they're trying to encourage me to send off more rockets. What do you think? Yeah, that's what I would think. I would think they're trying to encourage me to send off more rockets. Because that will give a general 1,000 boost. 1,000%. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do that... Oh, we've got a little bit of time yet. Is there anything we want to buy? Oh, we're down to 2,000. Oh, we got a problem. These fuses cost 2,500. We don't have enough. Okay, we'll put that off until next time. We got to earn more Terra tokens. Alright, now let's see. This would be a boost for malt pressure. Alright, I'll send off another one then. And this one would be a boost for heat. So let's send off another one of those. Now don't send them off too fast, otherwise you'll end up with a mess where they're kind of fighting each other. In the meantime, that's going to cause us to get bombarded a little bit. Try to remember, what does it... Oh, that went all the way across. It's not quite finished, so we've still got plenty of time. Alright, let's send off another rocket. Let's see, we did the first two. What does this one do? Plant multiplier. Ooh. And there's all the things that you would have to collect to make one of those. Okay, the bombardments are over with. Yep. So the first ones were over here. Let's see, what kind of resources did they drop? Try to remember, is that uranium? Yeah, there it is, the red stuff. Of course, we've got drills collecting it, so for us, collecting this would be basically a waste of time. But remember, these are normally done very early in the game. So you would want to come out here and collect this stuff. Uh-oh. They're aiming for me. That one looks like it's coming straight for me, doesn't it? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go over here and hide. Are they still going to try to beam me with one of those, bop me right upside the head with one of those? Well, they might. Of course, you would probably want to go into a shelter like this. They're basically meteorite proof. And once you go inside, it seems like they can't hit you anymore. Alright, see, did they drop anything else? No, they just dropped more of it. Oh, we just got hit. Dirty dogs, they just... And this time it's uranium. Now, of course, the thing you would want to do is you want to get something to eat right quick. And hopefully you remember to always carry with you what I call the Explorer's kit. It's kind of a, what would you call it, European way of saying it. Now, I don't have to recharge oxygen or anything, but if I'm gonna get some of my life back, I gotta find something to eat. Are they still trying to hit me? No. Well, anyway, you can see what you can collect this way with those rockets. And of course, you would really be hot to do this the first chance you got. And this particular stuff will, even after they clear the debris field, the stuff will be real easy to see, to collect. Otherwise, you might have to be fighting rocks or something that haven't cleared yet in order to get to the goodies. I'm just holding down the space bar so I kind of float, and then I'll use one of the keys. When I want to land, I let go of the space bar. I want to see if I can get over here to this here. Yep, I can get in there. Yep, we got close enough. Well, anyway, it makes sense to wait for the debris field to clear out before we try to get off of too much of this. Now the game is kind of slow about sending down and having your drones pick up more uranium. So that's probably why they make that possible. So let's see that thing. There's none in here. Well, we might need more drones. Yeah, we just might need more drones. Oh, that's right. I changed out and put the bigger one in there. Okay. And it burns up 9 of them every time it makes one of these bars. And that's part of the reason why the drones can't keep up. They use just so many so fast. But anyhow, you're going to be sending up those rockets fairly often. And you actually need to if you're going to make progress with the terraforming a little bit faster. Okay, well that one's in the open. I'll grab that one. All right, now we had some other meteorites crash land out here somewhere. So we just gotta get to those spots. And you'll probably notice after a while they tend to crash into the same areas. Now that looks like a debris field. Maybe it's in the water. Let's check the water. Yep, it's in the water. Now these particular items will stay put for a while. Even after the debris field is cleared up. It's not like super alloy. I think super alloy, when it comes in, it's only going to be 1 or 2 meteorites at the most. And it's going to have a very short pickup time, or what would you call it, collection time, that you can actually pick up the super alloy off the ground before it just kind of disappears on its own. These others will stay put for a little bit longer. Now, did it actually crash up there? If it did, I've got to be able to get up there And this is a little tricky, but it can be done. And once you've done it a couple times, it's not so bad. Alright, let's see. I'm not seeing any deposits up here. So they must not have hit up here yet. Or how about off the side here? No, I'm not seeing any. So the rest of them would be in the water, and it looked like to me it crashed all the way back here. Since flying above is a little bit better than trying to swim as fast as possible, I'm going to fly all the way over to this edge before I go down into the water. Alright, let go of the space bar and start looking around. Oh, here we go, right there. It looks like they've already picked up the debris field. All those extra rocks. Alright, let's look around a little bit just in case there's some more back here. The point I'm trying to make is you do want to keep track of where those meteorites go. Make a mental note and then go about and see if you can recover all of them. As many as possible anyway. You'll have to unload what you collect at least 2 or 3 times. And since we sent off those rockets one behind the other, we not only got a boost in pressure and stuff, but we got this little gift, you might call it. Alright, let's see. Is there another debris field over here somewhere? It may have cleared already. So we just look for stuff that's glowing. There we go. There's some glowing right there. And the debris field has already been removed. Okay, let's get back towards the top of the water. And here we go, right there. Oh, that was kind of only 3? Well, that's kind of disappointing to get too much out of that one. Maybe we didn't get over here fast enough. And it was already starting to remove some of those. Yeah, I think that's what happened, because there's only one right here. Let's see, of course, while you're doing this, you gotta keep it on your oxygen and stuff. Since we're swimming, and if we did a standard game, we would have to provide oxygen. I think I see some green over here. Yeah, and they haven't removed all of the debris field yet. That's why it's under this rock. Oh, inventory's full. Okay, so we gotta get out of the water, put everything away, and then see if we can get back here fast enough. Oh, I got off. Alright, oh, come on, fly. There we go. Until we get another upgrade, that's as fast as we could go. So there is a risk that when we come back out here, that uranium and stuff will not still be available for pickup. Alright, so I need to get down the center aisleway. There we go. Put all the uranium in first. And then we put this one in. We've got another one in the back, so we'll just have to go around. And do you remember there's another option? And let me emphasize that other option. Let's put one right here. Since we've got this larger, we would put it right in here, somewhere like that, out of the way. And we would label it miscellaneous. Some players like to use some other terms, like upload or something like that. Put it at anything and everything. Give it a higher priority. I usually go with 4. So these get emptied first. If we have open storage slots. If we don't have open storage slots, then of course nothing will get stored. Oh, looks like, oh man, we've got stuff over here too. Well, uranium is what I'm more interested in. So let's do the uranium first. I think I saw there was a little bit more left over here. Or are we too late? Nope, there's still one over there. That is unusual. There's only 1 or 2. It's usually more like, 5 or 6. Sometimes even more. Yeah, I'm starting to think we've got all we're going to get out of here. Wait a minute, that's not our crash pod, is it? What is that? Yeah, it is our crash pod. We can't remove it. Now, sometimes it will allow you to remove it. We did take the box out of there. And all the contents. Let's get back up towards the surface so we get a wider field of view. There goes another trade rocket. I'm starting to think we've got it all. But there was another place that the meteorites hit that I haven't even gone to yet. Ah, here we go. We found some more stuff. Usually when you're trying to collect this iridium, that you get more time. Get back up towards the top here. And there's some more right there. Now, making rods out of this ore is kind of important because that's how we make our rocket engines and stuff. Iridium rods transfers into more rocket motors once you make it into rods. Okay, I'm not seeing thing that way. And I'm holding down with my pinky the shift key, and with my 4th finger I'm holding down the W key so I can go as fast as possible. And every so often I'll move my mouse around, and I could also use that. If I add the A key, I'll drift sideways or the D key like in dog, or dementia. Hopefully I haven't got any dementia just yet, even though I'm getting kind of old. So old that most people wonder why I'm still playing these computer games. Well, I got introduced to a computer and playing games with them back in the 70s, so it's an old habit that I've enjoyed many, many years. And of course, what I was doing back in the 70s compared to what you can do these days with the computer games is kind of like the difference between Pong and what I'm doing right now. If you're a young guy, you're not gonna probably know what Pong is. It was played on the TVs, and you'd buy basically a digitized console player, so you get so that you could kind of like playing tennis in a way, electronic digital tennis. Pretty simple compared to what I can do these days. And that was all the rage back then when I was a bit younger. Okay, here we go. Here's some more. Huh, only 3? Did some of it drop down in here? Don't look like it. Oh, I'm back in the water again, aren't I? Yeah. Well, that was a pretty low yield. Usually the yield is better than that. Alright, I need to head over this way to see if by chance this other impact site has some more that I could pick up. Let's see, it was right over here somewhere, wasn't it? Yeah, I think I see some. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now that's more normal. Oh wow, look at this. We got all this down here. Oh, I'm full. So we'll go ahead and I meant to show you using the miscellaneous. It will save you a lot of time, because the drones will come in here and they'll sort things out for you as long as there's space. As long as there's a demand, and otherwise it'll just sit there. Alright, so this is where we left off. It's too bad we couldn't get the drones to go around and pick stuff up. Of course, if they did, we'd soon be overwhelmed with all kinds of ore and trying to keep up with installing more storage for it. There's some things that you cannot automate. So if you're thinking that you just automate anything and everything, well, there's no way to do that. There are always going to be some things, according to the game makers, the husband and wife French team. So you will not be able to automate everything. Oh, okay, good. There was some stuff still covered up. And once the debris field got cleared, we can now see it. Whereas before we could not see it. See, I don't remember anything hitting back this far, even though it has in the past. And there we go, there's some right there. And this was all the product of what? 2 rockets, or was it 3 rockets? The first 3 rockets that I launched off. And we also got a boost in our production of pressure. And what was the other one? Oh, here's a whole bunch more. I'm probably getting close to being full again. Oh, I'm full. Now, if you're playing a normal game, a standard game, about now you'd be wanting to get some more oxygen. If you don't have, 100% oxygen like I do now. And you'd probably be looking for food and water. And of course this here makes the water, you just go up to it and drink and you're good to go. Nice and quick. The only thing that won't provide for you is bottled water, which you need when you're doing some construction projects. Okay, did I see any more anywhere? I think I got all of it out of the water here, didn't I? Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it. So the other impact zones would be over here somewhere. Now I can't look for debris fields anymore because they've picked them all up. I just look for something glowing, green or red. I think we got all that was in the water pretty well, so I'm not going to worry about checking in the water right quick. How about in the distance? Do I see any green or red in the distance? But like I was saying before, where these meteorites will crash once you get your structures for your building started will likely be in the same areas each time. So you'll get used to running a circuit, so to speak. Yeah, I think we've got it. I don't suspect I'm going to find much more unless we had some impact zones that were way past where they normally hit. Because I think I searched the water pretty good. But I didn't go over this way very far. In fact, let's go up higher so we can see down. I'll just hold in the space bar so I can kind of float here. I don't remember any of it ever hitting this far up. Or this far back past the river here. Well, we'll check the water in this area right quick. Nope, nothing. Alright, I think we got it. So now we have to decide, well, can we send up some more rockets and do some more? Or is that going to do us for a while? From the looks of my storage, I would say that we're going to be good for a while. We'll check it. We'll check the storage again and see if we have enough crafting demand going on. But that uranium is a little bit of a booger. And we've got another trade rocket coming back. It's kind of cool how they land. Of course, they're doing that with actual, true, honest to goodness, live action rockets these days. Is that Elon? Is that how you say his name? And the other really rich guys, like Jeff. Is it Bezos? I think that's how you say his name. And the guy that did the Virgin Airlines and stuff. Oh, they are using some out of here. Let's go ahead and organize. Mostly the uranium. We must not be making very much in the way of rocket engines. Let's check on that right quick. Oh, it's full. No wonder. So we've got what it needs. We just don't have anywhere for this to be stored. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and stick one of those new T2 storage devices right here. Storage lockers. I'll put it right beside this one. Yep. And we'll set it up for rocket engines. Of course, that's going to put a huge demand on our autocrafter. Alright, where's the rocket engines? There it is, the first one. And we'll leave it on normal. So now, just as soon as this one produces them. Uh-oh, we ran out of something. What did we run out of? Probably uranium. Because that has to come all the way from the other side. Quite a distance. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put these in here for now. And I don't think I brought the other ones down yet. So let's go and let's see, that would be over this way. No, this way. And I believe it was back here in the back, wasn't it? Oh, we must have taken them out of here already. Oh, wait a minute. That's where they went. So I'll tell you what, let's not have them come here anymore. Let's delete this. And change the label. Turn off our torch here. So that we're not demanding anything be stored there right now. Because I think the other location would make more sense. Solar quartz, quasar quartz, yeah. That's as good a place as any for it for now. Let's see, I never did put in a back door, did I? If I put in a back door, it probably makes sense to put it, take out the window. Yeah, this looks like a good place for a back door. Yeah, that looks like a real good idea. Alright, let's see, Now we gotta find our rocket engine storage, which is highly improved now. Oh. If it ever fills up, we might even consider taking some and putting them out for trade. Now we got miscellaneous here. Yeah, see, we don't have much left. This is everything. Yep, everything. Let's see. Oh, how come you guys are rolling around on me? We don't really have a need for these dudes right now, unless of course we start making oxygen bottles with them. Something I don't actually need. Now that I have 100% oxygen. Alright, what do you think? I'm gonna go ahead and put out another one of these. Let's see, this will only do 8 though, right? Yeah, it'll only do 8 machines. And I think I've got more than 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. If I get an accurate count here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright then, let's go ahead and get another one in here. Because the only other way I could beef up this heat situation is either by an upgrade or sending off rockets that will increase the heat. And how many of these do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we've already got 8. And I don't have these fully fused yet either. Well, let's see. Do we have any more upgrades that we can do? Oh dear, we've gone past our hour. Yeah, we better just check and then call it good. Alright, we still got plenty of power, yeah. Yep, we got a new upgrade right there. I think that might be it. How about over here? Nope, we've got us a new T5 heaters. That'll make a huge difference. We've got a new butterfly, and I guess that's it for upgrades. And we are up to 70%. Okay, since we busted our hour already by about a good 15 minutes or so, I better go ahead and call it quits. So escape, save it, done, main menu, and be well until next time.